Have you ever found yourself standing in front of a mirror, trying to decide what to wear, not because of what you like, but because of what others might think? Or have you ever said yes to something you didn't want to do, just to avoid disappointing someone else? If so, you're not alone. Welcome to the world of people-pleasing. People-pleasing is more than just a habit. It's a mindset, a way of life that many of us fall into without even realizing it. But here's the good news. You can break free from this cycle, regain your confidence, and start living life on your own terms. In this video, we're going to explore how to stop being a people-pleaser once and for all. People-pleasing often starts early in life. For many, it begins in childhood, when we're taught to be polite, to make others happy, and to avoid conflict at all costs. These lessons, while well-intentioned, can lead us down a path where we prioritize others' needs over our own, constantly seeking approval and validation. As we grow, this behavior often intensifies. In the workplace, in our relationships, and even in our social circles, we continue to say yes to avoid conflict or rejection. But what we don't realize is that this habit is slowly eroding our sense of self-worth and control over our own lives. People-pleasing comes at a high cost. It can lead to burnout, resentment, and a constant feeling of inadequacy. Over time, you might start to lose touch with who you really are, what you really want, and what truly makes you happy. Despite your best efforts to fit in and make everyone happy, you may still feel isolated and misunderstood. That's because people-pleasing isn't about connection. It's about fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, and fear of being disliked. But here's the truth. You have the power to change this narrative. You don't have to live your life trying to meet everyone else's expectations. In fact, the key to genuine connection and fulfillment lies in being true to yourself. The first step to overcoming people-pleasing is understanding why you do it. Often, it's rooted in deep-seated fears and insecurities. You might fear rejection, conflict, or simply being alone. But when you start to understand these fears, you can begin to challenge them. Think back to the last time you agreed to something you didn't want to do. What was going through your mind? Were you afraid of what would happen if you said no? Understanding these patterns can help you start to break them. One of the most powerful tools in overcoming people-pleasing is the ability to say no. It sounds simple, but for many, it's incredibly difficult. Saying no isn't about being rude or uncooperative. It's about setting boundaries and taking control of your time and energy. The first few times you say no, it might feel uncomfortable, even terrifying. But with practice, you'll start to feel more confident, and you'll realize that the world doesn't fall apart just because you set a boundary. Another key aspect of overcoming people-pleasing is building your self-worth. When you know your value, you're less likely to seek validation from others. Start by doing things that make you feel good about yourself, activities that you enjoy and that remind you of your strengths. Remember, your worth isn't determined by how much you do for others. It's about who you are and what you bring to the world, just by being yourself. One of the most liberating aspects of overcoming people-pleasing is embracing your authentic self. When you stop trying to please everyone else, you make space for your true personality to shine through. You'll find that people are drawn to your authenticity, and your relationships will become deeper and more meaningful. Authenticity is magnetic. When you're true to yourself, you'll naturally attract people who appreciate you for who you really are. The journey to overcoming people-pleasing is challenging, but the rewards are immense. By setting boundaries, building self-worth, and embracing your true self, you can break free from the cycle of seeking approval and start living life on your own terms. The most important person to please is yourself. When you stop being a people-pleaser, you don't just regain control of your life. You become the person you were always meant to be. As you continue to apply these principles, you'll notice changes not just in yourself, but in how others treat you. People will start to respect your boundaries and value your time and opinions. You'll no longer feel the need to prove yourself or constantly seek validation from others. Life becomes more fulfilling when you live authentically. You'll find more time for the things you love, and you'll experience a sense of peace and contentment that comes from being true to yourself. Overcoming people-pleasing is a journey, one that requires courage, self-reflection, and a commitment to change. But as you've seen, the rewards are more than worth the effort. By learning to say no, setting boundaries, and embracing your true self, you can reclaim your life and start living with confidence and authenticity. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, the power to change is within you. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on living a more authentic and empowered life.